poprzednim odcinku.
Czyli chciała nasrać sąsiadom do studni, ale umarła w trakcie. Okej. Moi drodzy, kontynuujemy naszą przygodę w Autopsy Simulator. W czwartym odcinku, którym mam nadzieję przywitacie kciukiem w górę, bowiem przed nami kolejna sekcja.
A?
To ja wracam. To tylko ja, Jack. What?
Good afternoon.
Isn't it a bit early for you?
I missed our invigorating conversation. I think I'll get straight to work on this one. Focusing on something will do me some good. Christ, this one's heavy.
Następnym razem z mieszkania wyjedziemy windą z ciekawości.
Hey, Mr. Ridley, I need help. I can't lift this bag myself. Ridley! Ugh, wasn't easy, but at least I can start. A new package must have arrived. I guess Dorothy ordered it. I think I'll skip recording a video for the students today. They don't need to see me and the body. Ugh. And they'll still have the account. November 27th, 1991, 5:14 p.m. Conducted by Dr. Jack Hanman. James Evans Jr., also known as Jesse. Age about 30. Evans had previously been convicted of possession of stolen goods, robberies, and drug trafficking. There were also attempts to accuse him of leading a criminal group responsible for burglaries in the New Orleans area. What? Burglaries in the New Orleans area? This is... It's a rather strange coincidence. Police photos show that the body was not even particularly hidden, but only covered with a thin layer of soil, branches, and leaves. The body was found naked and mutilated. Clothes, probably belonging to the deceased, were found lying nearby. The body was found inadvertently in the woods near Peetsville. The dogs picked up the scent while searching for a missing boy. The deceased's father, James Evans Sr., is a local businessman. He was the one who reported the disappearance. Sounds disturbing. I wonder what condition the body is in then. I'll start by opening the bag. Oh, fuck. I didn't expect this level of mutilation. This is going to be a dirty job. I'll check through the bag the police left.
A tu będzie łeb, nie?
Maybe there will be something worth noting about the victim's clothes. Leather belt, plain cotton tee, classic jeans. Certainly not my style. Is this? Interesting. Most of something stuck here. It looks like some kind of, mainly traces of soil. It's a bit like the perpetrator's pulled his shirt over his head.
Dobra. A dżinsy jak podnieść? Nie reagują.
The bloodstains don't appear to be related to any injuries on the body. A lighter, engraved with the police insignia. It looks somehow... it's probably a coincidence. Traces of dirt mixed with blood and rubbed leaf litter. Evans must have been crawling, or was dragged along the ground.
Czy zapalniczka nie była przypadkiem w naszych pamiątkach? Okej. W pasku nic nie ma. Podnieś z drugiej strony?
And here, another animal souvenir. It looks different than the previous one.
Okej.
The only thing I can tell from the clothes is that before his death... Okay, I'll take a look at the scales. They seem too different. Dorothy once brought an animal encyclopedia here. She performed an autopsy on an exotic animal smuggler. The guy suffered an accident while transporting legal animals. Not only were the police needed on site, but it took nearly a day to round up his cargo. Dorothy had a hard time with that case. Did the impact kill him? Or did one of the animals he was transporting do him in? They even talked about it on the news. People were terrified that some reptile would just come out of their can and grab him. Okay, the book. Who is this?
I teraz siądę, jak gdyby nigdy nic.
All right.
No właśnie.
Which page was it? Local wildlife. Not this Nile crocodile. What kind is this? Saltwater. Oh, yes. This turtle turned out to be a killer. He ripped off the guy's wrist and tore him in a few other places. Aggressive beast. I only need to concentrate on the crocodile chapter. An interesting pattern, very diverse, but that's not the one. Nah, this one here looks more like a handbag. Very similar, but the color is slightly different. No,
Naprawdę ten? To już bardziej ten pasuje.
Anything else?
No dobra.
No way. I would expect something local? I certainly don't remember hearing of an animal escaping from the zoo. So, either someone donned in crocodile products was around the deceased, or one of them attacked him. I'll examine the body and take photos. If an animal attacked him, there'll be traces. Ugh, Christ. Why am I so tired? Some coffee would be nice. What was I supposed to... the pictures. I'll have to show them to Dorothy. Too bad that we no longer keep our ranking. With something like that, I would come out on top. There hasn't been a case like this for a long, long time. All right, I'll begin. The deceased's skin is smooth and taut. This suggests an advanced stage of decomposition of the corpse. Such a wound could not have occurred during the victim's lifetime. It's unlikely that a human would make such a wound. Oh, and as expected, there's a bite. Evans couldn't have tied himself up like that. It looks like some sort of attack or kidnapping.
Ktoś go związał i dał krokodylowi do żarcia, nie?
No head. That's not hard to miss.
Gad miał używanie obiadek, no.
Nasty. This wound appears to have been made by a sharp instrument. Interesting. This needs to be investigated further.
Co jeszcze?
There are also clear traces of the deceased ankles being bound in some way. I need to gather my thoughts together. It seems... I wonder whether the I should inspect these areas with a magnifying glass first.
Jedziesz z ugryzieniem z tablicy, ugryzieniem to.
This looks very promising. The bite is clearly visible. It should be easy to compare it with the encyclopedia and identify the culprit. I hope I put it in right. I can never remember whether it was image up or image down. At university, I didn't have... Ah, fantastic. Practically a one-to-one. Just some tracing paper, a pencil, and I can check these in the encyclopedia.
Okej, do biurka.
Now, did I leave them in a drawer? Or maybe a box somewhere? Ugh. I don't remember if I left them out somewhere.
I weź teraz szukaj, jak to taki bałagan. No masakra. Do biura. Już wszystko jasne. A to jest odpowiedź na moje pytanie.
They definitely pay me too little for this.
Tutaj.
Oh, looks like I can tidy up after myself. Sometimes. A very, nature-driven case so far. I'll have to consult the encyclopedia again. Good thing Dorothy left it here. Otherwise, I would have had to run back to my place to get some.
Skorzystaj z lasu. Okej.
I would be concerned if it was this crocodile that killed him.
Ten.
It makes sense. This would also explain the mold found in the clothes. It turns out that some of the wounds can be safely blamed on local alligators. However, we cannot blame them for the decapitation. It's not these animals we should be afraid of here. I should make some notes and start the autopsy.
Jedziesz. No. Lubka, tak? Ziewa, nawet nic nie mówi.
Look for other traces using a magnifying glass. The imprints are quite deep and even. From the looks of it, I'd say Evans was restrained with his own belt. Mississippi alligator. It's strange that an alligator would leave such a clear and smooth mark. Several stab wounds of varying depth and circumference. It looks like the killer might have missed before they finally hit the neck. It doesn't look good. Evans wasn't decapitated with one cut. Looks like an uneven bite. It's worth taking a closer look at this. Maybe there will be some remaining teeth marks. The result of an animal tearing at its body, eaten skin, soft tissues, and genitals. There are even some teeth marks, but... well, it doesn't look like an alligator. The bite is firmly incorporated into the wound. A photo alone won't help me here. I need to make a cast and compare it. Evan's right side must have been more attractive to the crocs and insects. Very strong binding marks. You can see peeled epidermis and small wounds. There's no end to playing zoologist today. I need a tool with dental impression cement. Can I find it here? No. It's probably lying somewhere around in the lab. I hope the cement hasn't expired.
A gdzie go masz? O,
A month after the due date. That could be worse.
odlew śladów ugryzień. Serio?
Now I need to cover the bite area. Wait until it hardens. I think it's ready. The cast looks quite contaminated from the other wounds in that area.
To pies.
Well, let's hope the imprint turns out better.
O ile zakład, że to jakaś mafia go tak załatwiła.
Brush, ink, and paper. Similar to taking fingerprints. Paint over the area. And put a piece of paper on it. That's very strange. I'll run it through the facts and check it on the computer. I really don't want to believe what I'm seeing.
To są ludzkie zęby.
Loading. What? Wow. This is, well, this is quite unexpected. Human teeth. Oh, fuck. I need to tell this to Stephen.
Brak zgodności, okej.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly. Loading. It'll probably take a while.
Okej.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly. Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly. Loading. It'll probably take a while.
Nie bardzo chyba, nie? No.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly. Loading. It'll probably take a while. Finally. What? The partial impression I have may match several people. Okay, this one is in prison, so he's out. Another in prison. No, here's someone with quite interesting tendencies. Oh, he's dead. It doesn't fit. This one doesn't either. I'm afraid this will remain a mystery. The killer's profile is getting more and more interesting.
Ale porąbane. Czego mi tak siadło? Dużo błędów popełniłem, nie? Czy jest szansa, żeby uspokoić tego szajbusa? Chociażby tym? Okej. Naprawdę? Bo mu się zęby nie zgadzały i prawie oszalał? O, łagodna duszo. Wróć do sekcji zwłok.
I'm going back to the body. I need to make a note before I start the dissection.
W protokole.
You can see that the tool used was sharp and smooth. So, what if it was in the hands of an unskilled person? They look quite shallow. Someone must have inflicted these with some sort of primitive tool. Torn tissue, lacerations, bite wounds. This wound turned out to be more troublesome than I thought it would be. Maybe something chased that alligator away before it bit down properly? For obvious reasons, I record decapitation as the cause of death. I need to verify how deep these wounds go. If they punctured the organs, hemorrhaging could have occurred. The perfect breeding ground for larvae. Fortunately, the deceased doesn't care about it, just like we do now. The abdominal and genital area are supplied with plenty of blood. If the penis was bitten off while he was alive, Evans could have bled to death. Alligators rarely kill humans. Due to the body fat of the deceased, I'm adding a heart attack to the list. Maybe Evans didn't live long enough to experience what happened to him. Time for internal analysis. Finally. First of all, I'll try to determine whether death occurred before the decapitation. With the scalpel, I'll open the deceased's chest. I cut deep, in a straight line, avoiding the navel.
No. Okay.
We see a lot of fat tissue under the skin. When I remove the ribs, I expect to see even more fat on the organs. Correct. High levels of internal fat. The deceased smoked cigarettes, but more... And this is the culprit. Well, it didn't look like the holes were that deep. Such hemorrhage could have been caused by hitting the chest with a blunt object, or a puncture directly affecting the organ. They appear to be of different depths. The cross-section is uneven. Open pneumothorax should be added to this. The deceased could have experienced extreme hypoxia, and, as a result, obstructive shock. I wonder what the heart looks like. The organ is enlarged with but similarly to the lungs, there is a trace of puncture with a sharp object. In pneumothorax, the heart rate increases. In the event of such a wound, this would mean bleeding out faster and more. In turn, a sudden increase in the amount of fluid in the pericardial cavity could lead to cardiac tamponade, which is also a life-threatening condition. Evans, however, is remarkably clean, considering this turn of events. This all looks quite disturbing. The organ is fatty and enlarged. The beginnings of cirrhosis are obvious. Well, that's it. This time, nothing to write home about. So, I proceed to, like most other organs, it is fatty and clearly enlarged, not to mention swollen, partially due to gases, but mainly due to the deceased's lifestyle. I take the organ to the cutting board. The outside is intact. I'm going to check the contents.
Jedziesz, Potter.
It sounds like there's an unusually large amount of undigested, and now rotten stomach contents inside. Blood. Evans had to swallow it due to his injuries, which means he was still alive when he was brutally wounded in the chest.
No dobra.
Only the trachea left to be examined. Surprisingly, it's not damaged by the decapitation. I move on to cutting it open.
Co znajdziemy tym razem?
Okay. I carefully cut, and blood, just as I expected. Heavens not only swallowed it. Looks like I can wrap this up. Let me tie this together. After he was abducted, stripped, and tied up, he was dealt several penetrating blows to the chest. Then his head was cut off. Evans was deprived of his genitals, and the body served as an easy meal for the animals. Even though there are a lot of injuries on the body that could cause death, it was the decapitation that ended Evan's life. The animal bites in the limbs occurred after death, so there's no reason to treat these as the cause of death. The damage to the lungs and heart must have led to severe hemorrhaging, so there's no doubt that Evans was choking in bloody convulsions. But it didn't last too long, which I conclude from the small amount of blood in the stomach and trachea. I never thought I'd ever wish someone to have a heart attack, but in this case, it would have been better for him. In some way, it can be said with certainty that James Evans was murdered.
Podpisz się do formularza. Chciałbym. O, dobra. Jeszcze Batmana narysuję. Też się uśmiecha.
Oh well. I need to stitch this poor guy back up. It's really bothering me. Something's not right here. Because even now, the organs are relatively clean. I'll leave these questions for the police to solve.
Do lodówy.
And now, I get to head home. It's a fucked up thing. I'll hold off taking long walks in the forest for the near future. I have a feeling that it won't end with just one body.
Ciekawe. Załatwił go jakiś gang albo mafia.
Good night, Mr. Ridley. The body is ready to be picked up.
Sure. Good night.
Ja nie mogę.
I think it's the first time in a long time that I finished work at a decent hour. Oh, come on. Fuck! When did I get a flat tire? What the fuck? Fuck. I'm going to Ridley's. Maybe he saw something.
No nie.
Ridley, do you know what happened to my car?
What happened to your car?
All the tires are fucking flat!
Well, it happens. Don't you have a spare in the trunk?
Spare ones in the trunk. No one carries 4 fucking extra tires. In the trunk!
Jesus, Handman, calm down. I'll call you a taxi.
Calm down? That's a bit of an exaggeration, don't you think? Have you seen anyone around here? Someone strange? Suspicious?
Except you? No.
Haha, funny. I don't find all these jokes amusing, you know.
What jokes? Hammond, what's wrong with you? It's just tires.
Such things are not a coincidence! What's wrong with me? Things keep happening. Last week, and now this?
Just go wait for the taxi, okay? Fresh air would do you good. Neither you nor I will do anything about it now.
Neither you nor I will do anything? What have you been doing all day? Surely something like this can't just be overlooked.
Maybe you should go outside and cool down. I'm calling a taxi.
Cool down. I just want to sleep.
A taksówka? Kto będzie taksówkarzem? Rozdział 4. No, myślałem, że będzie scena z taksówki i będzie ktoś podejrzany prowadził. To było całkiem zabawne.
It would be easier just to move in and live here. I Doubt I'll get reimbursed for the cab.
Tak mówisz. A auto gdzie? Czyżby mechanika? Nie mam pojęcia.
Huh?
Co to było?
Hello?
Kto to był? Tam ktoś był i zwiał. Pobiegł tam. Był tutaj?
Jeez. I don't know what this is for. Rusty scrap.
Coś zostawił? Chyba nie. Nie zostawił nic. No. Sądziłem, że skoro już tu wlazł, to znajdę niespodziankę, ale najwyraźniej stuknięcie dochodziło z szopy, do której dostać się nie mogę. No dobra. Czyżby czerwony Piotruś? Red Pete? Pietrek czerwony? No dobra.
Damn. It's already late in the evening. Good evening. Any news for me? About my car? You know, the flat tires?
No.
No, what? Have you checked the cameras? Anything?
Handman, I cut my teeth working in prison. I know what to do.
What?
There were no strangers hanging around. Maybe you ran over something.
What? All the tires?
Why, possibly. You can congratulate yourself.
Christ.
You should try sleeping more. You've been kind of out of it lately.
That's the first bit of sense you've made all evening.
Good. The body is expected to be ready for pickup tonight, along with your lecture.
What? What? No, what?
You still pontificating? Best hurry, don't you think?
Serio? Serio?
Fuck me. I don't have the strength for this today. Have I taken my pills today? Did I I need to focus. Fuck. I don't have much time. Okay. One by one, Jack. Take it easy. Oh. A burning issue indeed. Then I'll move on to the body.
Naprawdę?
Oh, shit. The lecture. I almost forgot. I'm gonna need the camcorder.
Oj, to będzie wesołe.
This is making me nervous.
Masakra. Po prostu masakra. Weź kamerę ze składzika. No studenci będą zachwyceni, nie? Ustaw ją na statywie w sali autopsyjnej. Nie mogę się doczekać. W każdym razie, moi drodzy, z tym uroczym ujęciem kamery my kończymy ten odcinek, bowiem jeszcze przed nami zdaje się 2 sekcje, więc wydaje mi się, że w 2 odcinkach albo w jednym, w zależności od tego, jaką częstotliwość będziecie preferowali, zmieścimy się z tą serią. Pamiętajcie więc o kciuku w górę, by wspierać ten film, subskrypcji, dzwoneczku, by żaden kolejny was nie ominął, a ode mnie w tym odcinku to tyle. Mam nadzieję, że się wam podobało. Pamiętajcie, że moje odcinki powstają dzięki wsparciu patronu z Patronite'a. Link do niego macie na ekranie i poniżej. Moją stronkę, na której są top listy, mojego Instagrama, Facebooka i wszystkie inne fajne miejsca znajdziecie oczywiście w opisie. No i raz jeszcze pamiętajcie o kciuku w górę, bo to nic nie kosztuje, a bardzo wspiera kanał. Dzięki za uwagę, moi drodzy, i do miłego usłyszenia.